The orcs have been repelled, and their war boss has been defeated. But this war is far from over. The orcs still threaten to overcome several major population centers, and could mass more than a large enough force to overwhelm the Imperial armies present on the planet. We have bought time, nothing more. But this is no longer a primary concern. Our scouts have recovered evidence that the forces of chaos, the great enemy, may be operating on this planet, right under our very noses. We must face this foe wherever they stand. If there is even a chance that they are here, we must seek them out and destroy them. Inquisitor Toth is demanding that we leave the planet, but of all the powers his position grants him, commandeering a space marine company is not one of them. I must admit that I find his presence unwelcome so soon after the events on my homeworld of Cyrene. Inquisitors have a way of inflaming a guilty conscience, and that I do not need right now.
This warp storm could trap us here for a month or for a century. We cannot risk staying here. We must evacuate Tartarus before it arrives in 3 days' time.
The Imperial Guard and Holy Fleet can attend to the evacuation. The Blood Ravens have more pressing matters to contend with.
Such as?
I believe agents of chaos have taken strong root here.
I sense no taint here. Even so, were there a chaos presence on Tartarus, it is better we leave them here with the orcs than waste more lives fighting them. We could wish no worse fate for either of our enemies, and to be trapped with the other. But we must leave here now.
That is a matter for my brothers and I to decide. We will use these 3 days to settle our affairs and satisfy our suspicions. Meanwhile, you have our transports to facilitate evacuation.
Colonel Brom, the captain and I must attend to matters of faith. If you would leave us, please.
But surely this involves me as a...
Forgive me for not being clear on the matter. I said please, when in fact I meant now.
This does involve him. You should have shown him a modicum of respect.
Captain, you uncovered extensive heresy on your home world. Cyrene, was it?
That has nothing to do with the events here on Tartarus.
But I believe they do. You requested the Inquisition undertake an exterminatus, the destruction of your planet's entire populace, which we obliged.
I still fail to see...
Captain, I am not questioning your loyalty, but I must wonder if your actions on Cyrene have not affected your judgment. Perhaps that was a poor choice of words. I merely fear that you might see chaos, but it does not exist. I ask that as a loyal subject of the Emperor, you serve the Imperium's interest before your own agenda.
Captain, that Inquisitor had no right to speak to you in such manner. But perhaps he is right. The coming storm will trap our enemies here, where they can consume one another.
And what if the forces of chaos escape the system before the storm? No. We will not use this freak occurrence as an excuse to avoid our enemies, or our responsibility. They are here for a reason, and we will discover that reason.
We are with you, brother Captain, as always.
The humans are coming your way in full force. You should hear their heavy feet long before you see them, and smell them long before that.
Orbital Command has indicated the dropship landed in this general proximity. We've discovered a path, Captain. It's obvious someone has been digging here.
cut by orcs?
I've never seen an orc lend such a careful hand to a task.
If it wasn't orcs, then it must be the forces of chaos. We will follow this path and discover the truth behind what has transpired here. The sacred artifact will now be available to us. Construct it, and we will have access to powerful abilities.
How can I serve?
Yes, most beneficent one?
Yes, my lord. Gathering intelligence.
Heresy grows. I am ready to pass judgment.
The Emperor protects. Follow my lead.
Scouts awaiting orders.
What would you have me do?
Scouts awaiting orders. Scouts ready.
Here to serve. I await your instructions. Build routine 721 initiated.
My faith is my
At your
shield.
command. Scouts awaiting orders. On patrol. Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord. Yes, my lord.
Today the enemy shall know fear. For terror.
Scouts here.
This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium. Orcs! Attack!
Scouts awaiting orders.
On alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby. Wait. They weren't attacking.
Scouts
They were
here.
fleeing.
What could
On patrol.
inspire fear in
Overhead.
an orc?
Praise
Mark
the
any enemy
Emperor.
positions.
Faith and duty.
Yes, most beneficent one? As you wish. Here to serve. Build routine 721 initiated.
Yes, my lord. Scouts awaiting
Walk
orders.
softly and carry a big gun.
Defending objective.
Yes, most beneficent one? Here to serve. Build routine 721 initiated.
My faith is my shield.
We are the Emperor's
Just the first step on the road to disappointment. Fear not the Psyker. Mind over matter.
Scouts here.
Beware the alien.
Fear not the Psyker.
The heretic.
Yes, my lord.
Faith
alert,
and
brothers.
duty.
Fear not
The
the
enemy must
Psyker.
be nearby.
Here to serve. Build routine 721 initiated. Yes, Lord? I exist to serve.
Praise the Emperor.
Scouts in position.
Praise the
An
Emperor.
open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded.
This day shall be
There
a
is no such
glorious
thing
one
as
for the
innocence,
Imperium.
only degrees of guilt.
Infiltrating enemy territory.
Yes, most beneficent one? Build routine 721 initiated.
Defending objective.
Yes, Lord. Build routine 721 initiated.
Scouts awaiting orders.
What would you have me do?
I stand ready.
Yes, Lord. Build routine 721 initiated.
Hope is the first step on the road to disappointment.
I await your instructions.
Something is not right here. These orc bodies do not look like they were dispatched by Imperial hands.
Like a fortress with
We
its
must
gates
proceed with
unbarred
caution.
and unguarded.
What would you have me do?
There is no such thing as innocence. Only degrees
Scouts
of
awaiting
guilt.
orders. Commencing
Scouts here.
infiltration.
Praise the Emperor.
Scouts ready.
Eldar.
Perhaps we were mistaken about the presence of the forces of chaos.
Be it Eldar or Chaos. I will have answers either way. Press
Scouts
on.
here.
Fear not the Psyker.
What would you have me do?
Fear not the
At
Psyker.
your command.
Praise the Emperor.
Knowledge is power. Hide it well.
Scouts ready.
On alert, brothers.
I stand
The
ready.
enemy must be nearby.
I stand ready.
Scouts ready.
I await your instructions.
Under fire!
Defending objective.
Yes, most beneficent one. Build routine 721 initiated.
I am ready to pass judgment.
Marine squad deployed.
Yes? By order, I am ready to pass judgment. I am taking command here. We think alike.
He who stands with me shall be my brother. What would you have me do?
There is
Faith
no
and
such
duty.
thing as innocence. Only degrees of guilt.
Under fire.
Yes?
There is no such thing as innocence. Only degrees of guilt.
None can stand
The Emperor
before the
protects.
Inquisition.
Scouts awaiting
What
orders.
would you have me do?
Knowledge is power. Hide it
I
well.
am prepared.
Here to serve.
I am
Scouts
prepared.
in position.
None can stand before the
Scouts ready.
Inquisition.
What would you have me do?
Venerate the immortal Emperor.
I am prepared. I am ready
At
to
your
pass
command.
judgment.
Walk softly.
An open
and carry
mind is
big
like a
gun.
fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded.
Dark Reapers, fall back. We need Rhino
Yes?
transport tanks.
Yes, my lord.
They will allow us to get through
I
unscathed
am
and attack the
ready.
Dark Reapers
Fear
on
not,
those cliffs
Psycho.
above.
Yes, most beneficent one.
Rhino transports are now available. Build them at the machine cult.
Build routine 721 initiated.
I stand ready. I shall never tire.
On alert, brothers. The enemy must be
Yes?
nearby.
At your command.
Hope is the first step on the road to disappointment.
I am ready to pass judgment.
Yes, Lord.
I have awoken. Faith is eternal. I will purge the unclean. Take me into battle.
I am ready to
He
pass
who stands
judgment.
with me shall be my brother.
Even in death I still serve. Under fire!
Yes? No one.
Scouts awaiting
My
orders.
faith is my
Stand
shield.
ready.
Even in death I still serve. It It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself. By his word, to me, my brothers, take me into battle.
Yes?
Scouts here.
Praise the Emperor.
Command me.
Yes?
Today the enemy shall know
Knowledge
fear.
is power. Hide it well.
Command me.
I am ready to
He
pass
who stands
judgment.
with me shall be my brother.
I am the instrument of his will.
Under fire!
Scouts here.
None can stand
This
before
day
the
shall be a
Inquisition.
glorious one for the Imperium.
Yes? I shall crush you beneath my inquisitorial boot.
Build routine 721
Walk softly.
initiated.
My knowledge is
Defending
yours.
objective.
Here to serve. Build routine 721 initiated.
Hope is the first step on the road to disappointment.
Yes. Colonel Brom taking command.
Beware the alien.
At your command.
The heretic.
Whirlwind artillery tank
Yes?
here.
It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself.
Apothecaries are
brothers.
standing by to tend to our wounded. Build them at the sacred artifact.
Scouts here. Gathering
My faith
intelligence.
is my
Hope
shield.
is the first step on the road to disappointment. Hope is the first step on the road to disappointment.
I am ready to pass judgment.
His will be done.
Under fire!
Triangulating attack
I
coordinates.
am ready to
Scouts
pass
awaiting
judgment.
orders.
I stand ready.
Faith is eternal.
Scouts awaiting orders.
I am the instrument of his will.
Scouts awaiting orders.
Praise the Emperor.
I am prepared. Yes?
At last, back to war. Take me into battle. I am ready to serve again.
None can stand before the
Scouts
Inquisition.
ready. Scouts ready.
He who stands with
Fear
me
not
shall
the
be
Psyker.
my brother.
Whirlwind here. His will be done.
Here to serve. I await your instructions.
I am the instrument of his will. I shall end you.
Scouts here. Scouts charge.
Yes?
Scouts here.
This day shall be a glorious one for
Even
the
in
Imperium.
death I still serve. I will crush those who stand before me.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
Praise the Emperor.
I stand ready. An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded. My knowledge is at your disposal.
Yes? We think alike. No one
Defending objective.
will stop us.
At last, back to war.
Whirlwind here. His will be done.
None can stand
Yes, my lord.
before the Inquisition.
While the enemies of the Emperor still draw
Yes,
breath,
Lord.
there can be no peace.
Under fire!
I am prepared.
Yes, my lord.
On alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby.
I am the instrument of his will. I shall end you. I shall end you. I shall end you. I have awoken.
Yes?
At your command.
Walk softly and carry a big gun.
Yes, most beneficent one. I shall obey.
I am prepared. No one will stop us. I shall crush you beneath my inquisitorial boot. I shall crush you beneath my inquisitorial boot. I shall crush you beneath my inquisitorial boot. I shall crush you beneath my
This day
inquisitorial
shall be a
knowledge is
glorious
power.
one for
I
the
have awoken. At last, back to war.
Yes?
At last, back to war. I shall end you. It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself. I shall end you.
Scouts ready.
None can stand before
Beware
the
the
Inquisition.
Mutant, the heretic. Praise the Emperor.
Scouts in position.
Knowledge is power. Hide it well.
Whirlwind artillery tank here.
I have awoken.
At least we know that the orcs and Eldar are not in league together.
When one enemy attacks another, it does not mean they aren't in league. Just that they are living up to their lack of honor.
And those who lack
Faith
honor
is
deserve
eternal.
death.
I shall end you.
Establishing a secondary base near this location will give us a forward position with which to engage the enemy.
At last, back to war.
Defending objective.
None can stand before the Inquisition.
Even in death I still serve. I am the instrument of his will. I have awoken.
At your command.
Here to serve. Build routine 721 initiated.
I am ready
At
to
your
pass
command.
judgment.
Even in death I still serve.
I am ready to pass judgment. I am prepared.
Under fire! Under fire!
I will
Scouts in
crush
position.
the
Beware
enemy
the
beneath
alien,
my boot.
the mutant, the heretic.
It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself. I have awoken. Even in death I still serve.
Here to serve.
Even in death I still serve. I am the instrument of his will.
Hope is the first step on the road to disappointment.
While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, there can be no peace.
I am the instrument of his will. Even in death I still serve.
Yes?
Scouts here.
Praise the Emperor.
Venerate the immortal Emperor.
I have awoken.
Under fire!
I am ready to serve.
I am ready to pass
Under
judgment.
walk softly.
Scouts in
And carry
position.
a big gun.
Knowledge is power. Hide it well. Mind over matter.
Command me. I shall. It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself.
fire!
It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself.
What would you have me do?
There is no such thing as innocence, only degrees of guilt.
I am the instrument of his will. I
Defending
will crush those who
objective.
stand before me.
Yes, my lord.
Yes, most beneficent one.
Under fire!
It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself. I will purge the unclean.
Under fire!
Yes, my lord.
For the Emperor!
Gathering
I
intelligence.
have awoken.
This day shall be
My
a
knowledge
glorious
is at your
one for
disposal.
the Imperium.
At last, back to war.
On alert, brothers.
There is no
The
such
enemy
thing
must
as
be
innocence,
nearby.
only degrees of guilt.
I await your instructions. Build routine 721 initiated.
Praise the Emperor.
Hope is the first
At your
step on the road
command.
to disappointment.
Scouts in position.
Hope
I
is the
have
first
awoken.
step on the road to disappointment.
I am the instrument of his will.
Under fire!
While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, there can be no peace.
Even in death I still serve.
Under fire! I am ready to
Scouts
pass
in
judgment.
position.
My knowledge is at your
Even in
disposal.
death I still serve.
Scouts charge.
It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself. My wrath.
Yes?
Scouts awaiting orders.
Praise the Emperor.
Yes?
I shall Beware not
I
fail.
My
have
knowledge
awoken.
is at your disposal.
Heretic.
None can stand
Scouts in
before the
position.
Inquisition.
It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself. Command me. I am ready to serve. Again. At last, back to war. I will be there soon. At last, back to war.
None can stand before the
Knowledge is
Inquisition.
power. Hide it well.
Yes? Under fire!
I am ready to serve. Again. At last, back to war. I am ready to serve, again.
None can stand before the Inquisition.
Command. I have awoken. I shall end.
I am ready to pass judgment.
At last, back to war. I shall
On alert,
end.
brothers. The enemy must be nearby. Praise the Emperor. This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium.
Fear not the Psycho. Through discipline, we prevail.
I am prepared. None can stand before the Inquisition.
I have awoken.
Beware the alien.
There is no such thing as innocence.
Heretic.
Only degrees of
Faith is eternal. Moving out. Even in death I still serve. I am the instrument of his will.
I am prepared.
This day shall be a
Knowledge is
glorious
power.
one for
Right
the
at
Imperium.
Yes, my lord. Scouts awaiting orders.
None can stand before the Inquisition.
I am ready to serve, again.
I am ready to pass judgment.
So the good Inquisitor senses no chaos here. How fortunate for the Imperium that such keen-eyed eagles stand vigil over her gates.
What dark crafts have these Eldar invoked?
None. At least not here. The servants of Chaos sacrificed this poor guardsman themselves.
To what end, Isidore?
I know not. I believe the altar is a marker, a waypoint, in a map that leads elsewhere. Someone defaced many portions of text. Regardless of what Chaos seeks here, the altar requires a sacrifice of blood, or more likely, a life.
Brother Isidore, you have an hour to study the altar. Document everything as is our tradition. Then burn it, lest its taint infect us all.
But Gabriel, there is much to learn from here. We should not be too eager to...
Learn what? Chaos does not teach. It misleads and it betrays. There is nothing to learn here, save for our next course. These transports have been damaged somehow. Make the repairs, and be quick.
Well, Brother Isidore, what betrayal have you wrought? Disabling your own vehicles? Harboring artifacts despite your good captain's instructions?
Gabriel does not understand. He does not appreciate the significance of this.
No, but I do.
Quiet, heretic. Once I find what you seek, I will use it against you for the glory of the Emperor and my brothers.
You wish to deal me a harsh blow, to prove your strength and worth. Well, then come to me. I wait at Mount Korath.
Have no fear, sorcerer. I will be there.